Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you didn't watch the last episode, go check it out here. I'll put a link up in the corner, but Power Cruise Burnout's the announcement that we're going to Australia. So, awesome, super stoked, but we got a lot of stuff to do in the shop here. Let's just start off real quick here. Burning green, we did figure out the issue. So, I checked a lot of stuff. I pulled the pan several times, checked the sump to pan clearance. I changed the O-ring on the pickup tube. I had to remove a bunch of stuff on the front here to do all this. Just a bunch of monkeying around, but we had to figure out the issue. What it turns out in the end, bought an adapter online, replaced the sensor. Now this is sensor number 2 or 3 that we've put in there. Same thing. So thank you to Holly for helping us out. We've got a 200 PSI sensor tucked in right there. So I bought that adapter on good old Amazon and stuck that sensor in there, recalibrated it. So everybody knows, it's recalibrated. It's a 200 PSI sensor, and I went out and I did a test burnout, ripped on it for 4 seconds, hit 8,000 RPM, sounded so sweet, so crisp. Can't wait to hear this thing at a burnout singing. And we hit like 140 something PSI. So I think it was just enough that these factory sensors, this is not a GM, this is like a parts store LS sensor. I just don't think it could take it. And then everything else, I think it's good to go on this. Not doing anything else. Back at the back here, we pulled the rear end because we broke that axle. So I got that pounded out of the passenger side here. I got them both out because, yeah, let's see if it'll focus here. Yeah, either way, twisted that spud off in the carrier. So got hooked up with Quick Performance, and they sent us over, while they're working on it, we got a 40 spline spool coming, bearings, races, and brand new axles. So those should be here in the next couple days. They helped us out tremendously as well, get this stuff knocked out.
What are we doing here?
Giving some updates. And then on Death Trap here, I've got another dry sump tank mounted up. We're going to be welding that up here on this front radiator support because in talks with Craig Bailey with Imposter, yeah, our idea of putting a dry sump tank in the back was not a bad idea, but the problem is running these 2-12s all the way from the box to the valve covers up here is just too much distance. What's it doing, Jay? Choking it off, we could say?
I'm used to that.
Something like that. And we got this dry sump tank vented in with one valve cover and the other valve cover. So there's 2 lines going back there trying to vent all 3 things off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this welded up here. And Jason's going to what? We're going to pull valve covers, I guess, check valve train. I don't suspect there to be any issues, but I'd rather find out before we run it again. Like maybe an adjuster nut came loose. No, I think he tightened them all this time. Now it doesn't mean it couldn't.
No interruptions.
Yeah, no interruptions. Yeah, no women to stare at. Yeah, he easily gets distracted, so. All right, well, I think I'm going to weld this up here real quick while Jason's here to hold and kind of help level it. His eyes are probably crooked, but we'll tack that up here, and then we're going to pull valve covers. What was that? Let me see. I'm going to tack that on there so we can pull valve covers, get the blanket off there, and check all of our push rods and lash. Good? Mm-hmm. Another one out here then? Good?
Yeah.
Well, initial glance, this side looks pretty good. We got this bracket welded on there. I just welded down the front, side, top. And what's your side looking like?
Nothing's like loose that I can.
Well, we'll bump it over here and just check everything over. I mean, just a quick little jiggle of them. Jason will answer a lot of questions, but I'll roll it over here. We'll check each one. Should we just get the feeler gauges and do it right? I mean, we're spending all this time doing this.
Yeah, we got a month after the one event here.
Yeah, let's got to make it through the one event first. But all right, well, Jesus, did you get any on you?
I probably did.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll crank it over here, and then we got to pull, like I said, pull those breather hoses back down. We'll flip the valve covers around, and then figure out exactly how we want this tank orientated, and then make some new hoses.
Sure. Keep going. More. 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 Yeah.
went ahead and shot this beautiful paint job on this bracket. Kind of went ahead and covered the motor up here. And we went ahead and made a list here. So we've got Crypt Keeper, we've got the running board needs welded on. The passenger one got destroyed by a tire. We're just going to check that trans fluid. I feel more confident this time, Jason, that we're good there. We'll do a nut and bolt check. The driver's head drain on Death Trap needs tightened. I never did do that when we put the motor in. It's leaking oil. Fuel filters, because we did monitor fuel pressure and it was actually fluctuating on the last run. So we need a 16 to 12 reducer. Remove that catch tank in the box, and Jason needs to order me a 135 fitting. And burning green, it needs a rear end. Needs everything. Needs all the axles and everything put in. So hopefully that'll be showing up here real soon. But that's going to do it for tonight. So we'll come back tomorrow. I can get this tank mounted up, and everything should be good there. Jason actually found the original lines going to the really small box that I had over there before, and it looks like everything's good to go. So we'll catch back tomorrow night, putting that on, and hopefully maybe Quick Performance will have my package here. All right, well, let's go over the last things we got done here before we close out this video. As you can see, we went ahead and got the tank mounted up here, so we're good there. Jason's got the reducer fitting coming, so we'll get that put on next. Went ahead and actually pulled off the wiring harness and some stuff out of the way. We've got the motor rolled over to top dead center and pulled off the cap. We should be able to sneak that distributor out one of these sides. Worst case, pull this fuel line off, but we've got it pointing right at the top dead center, so we know right where to drop the distributor in. Obviously, we'll have to retime it and all that stuff, but we're good to go there. We did not have a fuel filter, unfortunately. I blew out this 10 micron. I'm sure it's not the right thing to do, but it is a stainless one. And then Jason went back underneath again and replaced the 100 micron underneath of the truck. So it has 100 and then a 10 up front. And unfortunately, like I said, we didn't have the 10 micron. We did, but it was too short for the filter element, and we're just going to send it. Blew it out. We'll see if that was an issue. Maybe I'll set up another table there in case fuel pressure drops. You know, we have capability to monitor all this stuff. We should take advantage of a computer system that's, what, $3,000 for a Dominator now? And they will do anything you absolutely want. So you just have to tell them to do what you want them to do. And yeah, waiting on the rear end parts here. Those should be here in the next video. We'll get this all put together, and then we're heading out to Kansas. So stay tuned. Next video, wrap stuff up, get loaded up, head to Kansas, and we're going to be doing some shenanigans out there that hopefully we don't break anything. It's just a free fun for all, hang out with some people, make new friends, new adventures. This kind of goes along with the Australian stuff. So let's see where this takes us. So stay tuned for the next one. Let's wrap this stuff up. Let's get to Kansas. I will tell you after we get done in Kansas what the project vehicle is. If I didn't blur it out very good, I guess you already know at this point. I don't know because I haven't edited. But if you know, you know. If you don't, after the Kansas video, I gotta let you guys know, because we gotta get to work on that thing, because we got a lot of stuff in store for that thing before it goes to Australia. As in, like, we got some American burnouts to do, test some stuff. So, all right, now let's get to work. Jeez, that probably about broke your back there.
It was already hurt from lifting them heads up there.
I bet. Well,
is it screwed up?
I can't tell. Your side messed up? From here, it don't look bad.
Oh, my side's the one with the axle broke, yeah?
Yeah.
Right there is the start of it. It's screwed up. Like the first quarter inch. See that?
Oh. Yep, right there at the start. That's all right. So we got, again, we'll go open it up here in just a minute, but we just got to take this ring gear set out of here. And are we going to, like, actually, like, you know, shim this thing in, or?
Yep.
Yep.
So
if it goes together and it sounds like that, we're just going to send it.
Spins, we're good.
You know, if it makes noise in the gears, we're not going to hear it anyways, Jason. So,
Nope.
So basically, we just got to reuse, basically change the carrier, right? That's it. So we got on both the, so we don't have to do anything with the pinion then, so that's nice. So it should be fine. All we're doing is changing the spool.
this way. If it's
Yeah, we'll just set the end caps there. Let's see where the magical piece went to. Oh, there's a few in here, Jason. There's the main one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a few pieces in there.
So maybe somebody wants that.
Yeah, souvenirs, anyone? Yeah, we're gonna have to try and get this out of there. Well, I guess we need to figure out a way that we'll soak the rest of this grease out of here. And then we'll open up our quick performance package, check out our parts and our axles. Now remember, if you didn't see the last video, this is what we're dealing with, and that's why we're changing it. That's our lovely 31 spline. So we'll open up the new ones, give you a little comparison of how big the 40 spline ones are.
I'm pointing the camera over here.
Well, Jason went ahead and opened up our package. Again, thanks to Quick Performance for helping us out. Because when did I order these? Friday, last week.
Yep.
Holiday, and they showed up today's Thursday. So, yeah, I just want to give you a size comparison here. This is the 31 spline that came out, and this is the 40 spline spool. So, I don't know if that gives a good indication, but...
It's like throwing the hot dog down a hallway.
Oh, man. Now, let's get a load of this old shaft versus the new one here.
Adams versus mine.
Jesus. Yeah, a little bit... a little bit heavier. I mean, that's no comparison, honestly. That's the big dog. So
Twice is basically 1.5. Or...
It didn't say how big the shaft was. It's like 2 1/16 inch diameter.
Yep.
So I don't know what this one is, but that ain't much over an inch, 1.25 inches. So quite a bit bigger on the shaft there. If we break these, I think they'll warranty them. Don't quote me on that, but they should.
Doing this.
You got to get it lined up straight. There you go.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll pull the carrier out over here. We'll do that. We'll get this ring gear swapped over, and then we should be ready to slap it back together. The only thing we're missing is rear end grease, unfortunately. So would have been nice to have it, so we could have pulled it off the hoist, but oh well. We'll switch it over, we'll get it all bolted together, and maybe we can find some around here, or we can run and get some quick.
Walmart actually.
Yep, Walmart. All the Aussies know how good Walmart is, and
Yep.
Walmart's really not that great, but apparently they think it's good. So you can get everything there, but it's usually crap. All right, let's pull this apart. All right, so as you see, we went ahead and we got the carrier all put together, and we set the lash, you know, with just a click, 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 click. It's good enough. It's for a burnout truck, so that's not going to be an issue. We got the brand new 40 spline axles. Camera died there as we were putting those in, but quick performance. Again, 40 spline, 2 1/8 or whatever diameter shaft on those things. So massive, massive axles. If these things break again, we'll be giving them a phone call. But I've never broke any 40 splines in anything else before. So I think we're all set. We got her topped off with the Walmart special here. Oh. Jason and I ran into Walmart and got the Super Tack. This is going to be super good. Yeah, not bad. So anyways, we got that all good to go. So that's going to do it for tonight. So burning green, I think at this point we're going to put 2 more quarts of oil in it just to overfill the pan like we usually do. And I think the fuel's topped off. Put our wheels back on here. We're going to put the Mustang wheels on. And that way we're ready to strap down on the trailer. And I think this one is good to go. I kind of gave it a nut and bolt check, but I think that's going to do it for tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow in the morning where we're going to be waiting on Holly's stuff. So we're going to try and get this out fired up. We'll pull Crypt Keeper over here, put it on the hoist, get that running board tacked up, and do a nut and bolt check. Check the transmission fluid is the biggest thing, and we should be good to go. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. First things first, we'll get the tires on here. Let's get this bad boy fired up so we can get it out of the shop. This one does run. Obviously, like I said, we need the distributor in here, so we'll push this out the door. We'll fire up Crib Keeper and bring that over here. And let's start welding that running board back on. Checking over our list, and we should have 2 done here right away this morning. Let's go ahead and fire it up here, make sure, I mean, it's just been running recently, but we always got to check this barrel valve. For whatever reason, if somebody has a trick about how to keep these things from leaking, let me know. I mean, I understand if they sit with methanol, the O-rings shrink up. Methanol will swell them back up, but I don't know, it just seems like it happens far too often.